Hey guys, so this is going to be my makeup collection video. It's been a while since I've done one. So just quickly here, this is the Alex drawer I have. It is the wider one. There are 6 drawers and the drawers themselves are wider, but they're not as deep as the Alex 5 drawer or the Alex, I think it's 9 drawer or 7. I can't remember. But those ones are very popular as well. They're about half the width or whatever, like they're about half the size, but they're deeper. So anyway, this is the one I chose. I really enjoy it. It works well for me. This is actually what I call my beauty chest. So I have my makeup, my skincare, hair care, body care, and nail polish all in here. I will give you a view of each drawer, and then for the makeup I will be pulling it out and setting it up on top so you can see the actual products. And then of course on top here you're seeing a couple of other things. I have my printer, and then also just a little spinny thing with compartments that has like office supplies in it, and then some paper off to the side. I am a student and I do take my classes online, so it's also, you know, as much as this is like a beauty room, it's also a working office or, you know, study room for me as well. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to go ahead and give you a look into each drawer, and then we'll get into the actual products. Alright, so the first drawer here is where I keep my eyeshadows. You will notice that I have liner down, and this is just wrapping paper that I thought was pretty. So I put it down so if there's any spills, I can easily just take it out and put a new sheet in. But this is where I keep all my eyeshadows. I do keep them laid out so it's easy for me to see, and then I have this little mesh container that has my smaller eyeshadow products, singles, duos, things like that are easy to find. So that is the first drawer. Okay, so the second drawer is where I keep the rest of my makeup, and this main organization in here is something that you would use in your kitchen, you know, for your silverware and other products, but I really like it for makeup. I got mine from the Container Store. It has the kind of grippy bottom. So how I have this set up is I have this back part here, which is where I keep all my lip products. Here I keep my lip balms and then my cream blushes. They just fit nicely here. Here I have my primers and any kind of face products. So I have a sample I want to try and my lightener drops. And then here I keep my highlighters. Here I have eye products, so I have a lot of like mascaras and eyeliners and whatnot in there. And then over here, this bigger section is where I keep my cheek products. So I have 2 bronzers here. I have the Hourglass palette, and then I have my blushes there. And then on the far side over here, I have a couple of powders, and then I have some sprays, 2 from Scandinavia, 1 from Urban Decay. And then in this back corner, I keep extra pans. I have some stickers if I ever wanted to label things. I have a mirror, just little odds and ends that I keep back there. So that is my makeup organization. And like I said, I will pull everything out and have them out so you can see the actual products I own. Alright, so this third drawer is actually just where I keep extra skincare. I don't have too much right now, which is nice. I just have some samples down here, and then I have just a few products here. I usually do have more in here, but I've been pretty good about just going through the skincare I have, so I don't have too much here right now anyway. Alright, this next drawer, these ones are a little bit deeper, so the first 3 are a little bit thinner, these ones are a little bit deeper, and this is my hair drawer. So I have my straightener. I usually have my curling iron in there, but I have it out. I have some samples again. These are the extra wands for my curling wand. I have extra shampoo and conditioner back here, tons of dry shampoo, a small travel hairspray, and then a hair mask or treatment from Lush that I need to try yet. So this is where I keep anything hair related that I might have. Alright, the second to bottom drawer has my extra body care products. So I have lotions here. This is a sample from Lush. I have a scrub, sunscreen, extra hand sanitizer, and some shower gels. So that is the next drawer. Bottom drawer is where I keep my nail polish. So this is what it looks like. These are all of the polishes I have yet to try. If you don't know, I am doing a project polish. So these are all my nail polishes. These are the ones I am keeping that I have tried so far. I have like top coats and stuff. Yeah, and then I have my cotton rounds, my remover, and then this I just keep my like tools in. It's an old Bite container. So that is where I keep my nail polishes. I have them by color, by brand over here, and then over here I just have it by color so I can kind of see what I've been trying lately. So yeah, that is this organization. And now let's get into the actual makeup products. Alright you guys, so these are all of my eyeshadows. I have them laid out here. I have a total of 9 large palettes, 3 smaller palettes, and 19 singles. And then I also have 4 eyeshadows in a cheek, like full face kind of palette, which I'll show you. So I have a total of 138 eyeshadows in my collection. 8 of them do have pan on them though, so that's pretty good. So I'm just going to quickly show you each of the palettes, and then you guys can see what I have. Yeah. So the first one here is the Too Faced Natural Eye Palette. And this is one of my favorites. I have used this for a 1 month 1 palette, which I will link down below. Those are the shades, very pretty, just a classic, you know, palette. Next I have the Tarte Be Magnificent, which is the palette I am panning. So there's that one. I will give you a sneak peek. I'm filming this a little bit earlier than it's going to go up, so this is where I'm at. Again, I will link my Pan That Palette playlist down below. Then I have the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette, which I also have done a 1 month 1 palette on. And this is what it looks like. This was a limited edition palette from last year, but I have heard that you can find it at TJ Maxx or Nordstrom Rack, I believe, here and there. So that is what that one looks like. Ooh, put that one on the side. Alright, the next one is the Too Faced Everything Nice palette, and this one was limited edition. It came out a couple holidays ago, and this one has actually eyeshadows and cheek products. So the top part here are all eyeshadows. There are a bunch of them in here. I like that I have all the jeweled colors if I ever wanted them. And then down below there are some bronzers, I'm sorry, 1 bronzer, 2 blushes, and a highlight. So there's that. That is that palette. I have the Viseart Petite Pro, which I have done a 1 month 1 palette on, of course. You can pop these out to be single eyeshadows, which I wouldn't be surprised if I ended up doing, but that's what that one looks like there. The next one I have is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. Now, I feel like I had like edition 2. There was the one that was really thick. Mine's thin, but mine doesn't have the label on the inside, and I know that the ones that are being sold now do have the shades labeled. So this is what this one looks like. I have not done a 1 month 1 palette on this one yet, but it will be coming soon, I am sure. So there's that one. Next I have the 3 classic Naked palettes. So I have the original Naked. This was the first high-end makeup product I ever bought, and I don't have too much use out of it. So this one will be a nice 1 month 1 palette to do. I do really like a lot of the shades in here. So this one kind of reminds me of fall because there are a lot of kind of darker shades. So I'm sure I will get to this one eventually for a 1 month 1 palette. I also have the Naked 2. So there's that one. This was the first 1 month 1 palette I did in January of this year. Again, all of that will be linked down below. Oh geez, I don't want to like show you my messy room, but yeah, that is what that one looks like there. And then I have the Naked 3, and out of the Naked palettes, this one is my favorite. I have blue eyes, so these rosy tones bring that blueness out, and I feel like complement my eyes pretty well. So that is what that one looks like there. Very, very pretty. I like a lot of the shades in there. Okay, so smaller eyeshadows. I have 2 from NARS. The first one is this duo from the Christopher Kane collection, and this was limited edition. This is called Parallel Universe, so there are 2 very sparkly, pretty shades in there. I really, really like them. I did find this one off of GlamBot. If you are looking for anything limited edition, keep your eyes out there. The next one is a normal one, or like a permanent one from NARS, and this is called Alhambra. I did have to repress one shade in here. I think I'm going to have to repress it again soon, so ignore the mess, but it's a really, really pretty palette, and I really enjoy this one. I highly would recommend it. It's expensive, but worth it. And then I also have a limited edition Bare Minerals quad, and this is called, hold on, the Modern Icon. It came in this mirrored packaging here, which shows all my fingerprints. And then also these are the shades inside. They're a little bit more pastel, but I really like them for springtime or really any time. Alright, I have a couple of single eyeshadows here. The first one is a Pigment from Makeup Geek, and it is in this shade Sweet Dreams. It's just a really nice everyday kind of color with the iridescence in it. And then I have 2 singles from Ulta, and the first one you guys are probably familiar with. This is Bone. I am panning this one. And then the next one is called Wide Awake, which is a light pink, which you guys know I use every day, so I probably will pan that one eventually. Next, I have my Z palette, which has mostly Makeup Geek shadows. There are a couple of Urban Decay singles in here as well. I have done a 1 month 1 palette on it, but that is what it looks like there. All right, then lastly, I have the Kevyn Aucoin Face Sculpting Palette. I'm sorry, Contour Book Volume 2. This is still available at Sephora. It's a great palette. So there are two cream products at the top, a cream contour and a cream highlight, and then a powder bronzer, or I'm sorry, powder contour and a powder highlight, and then 4 eyeshadows. As you can see, I have hit pan on one of them, so that is really exciting. So I figured I would continue on with my eye products. Here I have them all laid out for you. So starting over here with the Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer, that is my favorite eyeshadow primer. That's what I use every day. I have 2 cream eyeshadows. They are the Essence 2-in-1 Shadow Liner and Light Me Up. It's a nice champagne shade. It's what I use basically every day. The second one I have is from the Body Shop. It's the Eye Color Stick, and this is in the shade Nevada Gold, which I do have swatched there. It's that really pretty gold shade. Alright, for mascaras, as you can see, I have a couple of the Essence / Princess. I have both the False Lash Effect and the Volume Mascara, so if you can hear my kitty, he's in here with me. And then I also have the Essence Get Big Lashes Waterproof Mascara. So I'm currently using the green False Lash Effect, and then I am also using the waterproof one since it is summertime. I have 6 eyeliners, 4 of which are pencils. So first I have the Makeup Geek Nude Eyeliner, which you guys know about if you watch my makeup baskets. And then I have 3 of the Laura Geller Ink Credible Waterproof Gel Eyeliners. These are really nice. They're mechanical. So I have a purple, navy, and a black. So I have a fun eyeliner here. It's from NYX. It's the Liquid Crystal Liner, and this is in the shade Crystal Hip. It's just a nice sparkly one. I like to use this for special occasions. And then I also have the Essence Gel Eyeliner, and this is in the shade Midnight to Paris. I have used it here and there. It's a really nice, inexpensive liner. I would highly recommend it if you're looking for a gel eyeliner. Okay, so quickly I wanted to mention the 2 brow products I have currently. They are the NYX Tam & Frame, and I have it in this shade Blonde, which is what I use to fill in my brows at the moment. And then I also have a brow gel from Anastasia, also in the shade Blonde, and it's what I use to set my brows if I want to. So that is that. Okay, so moving on to face products, I have my primers, foundations, and concealers lined up for you. So I have 4 primers, 2 of which are the Body Shop Tea Tree Pore Minimizer, one of my favorite primers of all times. And then also I have 2 mattifying primers. The first one is the Slope and Glory One Heck of a Blot, which is a nice kind of everyday mattifier. And then the other one I have is new. It's from Skin Iceland, and it's the Pure Pore Minimizer, which also is supposed to help you mattify your skin. So I am excited to try this out for the summer. I currently have 3 foundation products. 2 are actual foundations. So the 2 foundations I have, the first is the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Foundation. I have this shade Light 44 Cool, and this is what I use for a more long wear or when I need a more mattified foundation. It's really, really nice. And then for more everyday, I have the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and this is in the shade Shell Ivory. The last foundation product I have is from the Body Shop, and I was sent this, which is super awesome. I was also sent the Darkening Drops. These are the lightening ones, but the darkening ones didn't work for me, so I passed them along, but the lightening ones do work really well. I just add a drop of this white liquid, and it just helps lighten up the shade so that I can find a better match. For concealer, I have the Pixie Under Eye Brightening Corrector in the shade Peach. There is a darker shade of this. I use that underneath my eyes to help cancel out my dark circles. And then I have 2 other concealers. I have the NYX HD concealer in the shade Fair, which I use underneath my eyes. And then I also have the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the shade Light Ivory, which I use for blemishes as it is too dark for me to use underneath my eyes. So for powders, I have 5 powders right now, and these are them here in front of you. So the first one is the Tarte Smooth Operator Setting Powder. This is what I use every day to set my face. I love this powder. It's my ultimate favorite. Every day I also use the e.l.f. HD Under Eye Setting Powder. I am working on finishing this one up, but it is alright. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I also have the Cover FX blotting powder in the shade Light. This one I keep in my purse as a just touch-up powder. The next one I use every day is from Hourglass, and this is the Dim Light powder. I am also working on finishing this one up. I like this one as a finishing powder to use either all over my face or to blend my neck with my face. The last one I have is from Ben Nye. It is the Luxury powder in the shade Cameo. I really like this one for baking or for underneath my eyes, pretty much anything. It's a really, really nice powder. And then I have 3 sprays in my collection, 2 of which are from Skindinavia, which I was sent. This first one is the Makeup Primer Spray from Skindinavia for oil control. I really like this one for the summertime, so I'm sure this one will be making its way into my everyday drawer soon enough. The next one is the Skindinavia, the Makeup Finishing Spray, also for oil control, which I really enjoy as well. And then the last one I have is the Urban Decay All Nighter, which is the normal makeup setting spray I use. However, in the summer, I do prefer the Skindinavia products. Next, I have the other face products I own. Starting here are my face palettes. The first one I have is from Hourglass. This is the Ambient Powder palette. So there are 3 powders in there. The next one I have I already showed you, but this is the Kevyn Aucoin Sculpting Book. Again, it has the cheek products and a couple of eyeshadows. And then I have 2 bronzers in my collection. The first one being the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which I have in the darker of the 2 shades. And this is what it looks like. It's a nice, soft, shimmery bronzer. I really, really enjoy it. And then the other one I have is from Jane, and I did have pan on this and then I dropped it, so some of it did crack there. This is a matte powder and it is in the shade Inspire. And then I have highlighters to show you. So I have one liquid highlighter. It is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, and this is in the shade Moonstone. This is the smaller travel size, and then I do have a mark there because I am working on using it up. And then I have 5 powder highlights to share with you. So the first 2 here are very shimmery. The first one is the It Cosmetics Hello Light Powder, Hello Light Illuminating Powder Highlighter. And this one's really nice for summer. It's a little bit more peachy of a shade. It looks a little bit darker here, but on the skin it's very nice. It's kind of a gold peach sheen. The other one I have is from Becca Cosmetics, and this is in the shade Moonstone, the same shade I had in the liquid form, but this is the powder form, which is a nice white gold, which for someone who is as fair as I am, this is a really nice shade. The next 2 I have to share with you are both from Laura Geller. It's actually the same product. So this is the Baked French Vanilla Highlight. I am actually working on using one up. It's my favorite highlighter. So I was happy to have a second one as a backup in my collection. And then the last highlighter I have is from Makeup Geek, and this is in the shade Glitz. It's a duochrome. It's a pink and white shift highlighter, which again, if you are fair skinned like I am, this is a really, really pretty option. So next I have my blushes. I'm going to start with the cream blushes I have. I have 3, and they're all from Becca. And these are the Becca Beach Tints, which I really enjoy. So like I said, I have 3. I have Watermelon, and the stripe you see is the actual product. So that is Watermelon. I have Grapefruit, which is a little bit more of a kind of peachy nude. And then I also have Guava, which is a pink nude. These are really great because they are a cream blush. However, since they are in the squeezy tube, I feel like not a lot of air gets to them, so they stay good longer. So I would highly recommend these if you're looking for a nice cream blush. As far as powder blushes go, I have a small collection, I would say. So I'm going to start with my singles. I have 2 singles from Too Faced. The first one is the Love Flush Blush in the shade Baby Love. This is a really nice everyday nude shade. This is one of my favorite blushes. These are really soft and they go on without being too pigmented, I think. Like, you can definitely blend them out. So that is one of my favorites. It's the most nude of them all. And then the next Too Faced blush I have is the Too Faced like bulkier baked blush, and this is called the Sweethearts Love or Perfect Flush Blush. And I have this shade Peach Beach, which is a nice sparkly blush. It's not too sparkly though. It looks a lot more intense in the pan, but there are 3 stripes of colors there, so when you swirl them together you get a nice peachy shade. Next I have 2 blushes from Tarte. The first one being Tarts Exposed, which is a classic blush. Again, a nice nude. This is matte, which I enjoy. I do actually kind of prefer matte shades, but I do like a little bit of a shimmer here and there. But again, this is just a nice everyday nude kind of a blush shade. The second blush I have from Tarte is the shade Peaceful, which this one is my favorite blush of life. It does have a little bit of a peachy pink shade to it with a little bit of a sparkle, but not too much. So this is one of the best ones. I've been using this for years and I've barely worn off the embossing because you don't need very much of it. I have one blush from Essence. It is the Silky Touch blush, and this is in the shade Autumn Peach. This is very intense, but it's great for the summertime. It's kind of like a peachy coral, and it's a little bit deeper than I would normally go for, but since in the summer I have a little bit of a tan, it works out pretty well. And then the last single blush I have is from Makeup Geek, and it is in the shade Blind Date. It is a really nice kind of light peachy nude blush. That's what I go for. It is matte and it's very nice on this skin. I don't have any problems with it, so very happy with that one. Lastly, I do have a blush palette, and this is the Too Faced Love Flush Blush Palette, and this has all 6 of the permanent shades from their line. So if you remember, I have this single, but I also have the palette that has them all in them. So these are all 6 shades. I liked this because they are smaller size, so like these hot pink or the deep one on the end, I'm probably not going to use too much of, but having a small size is great. So yeah, that is the palette there. I really am enjoying it. I like Baby Love and I Will Always Love You a lot. Okay, we are getting to the end with some lip products. So first I have lip balms. I have a couple different types here. So the first one is from Kiss My Face. It is the SPF 30 Sport Treatment Lip Balm. I highly recommend this one. It's very smooth and it lasts on your lips for a really long time, and it has the SPF 30. So this is my favorite summer lip balm. The other lip balms I have are from the brand Sierra Bees, and I bought a value pack of different flavors. So the one I am currently using is at the top here. It is the mint flavor, but there are a couple others here I have. And then the last lip balm I have is the Bite treatment, and this is what I use at night on my lips. It's a nice thick balm. I really enjoy it. Next I have lip liners, and I only have 2. The first one is the e.l.f. Lip Lock Pencil, which is a clear lip balm. It's like an anti-feathering one, which I really like to use with some of my smoother lipsticks so they don't, slide all over the place. And the other lip liner I have is from Jordana. It is the Easy Liner for Lips in the shade Tawny. This is awesome. I've used one of these up before. These are really, really nice. Alright, and then last I have lip glosses, and I only have 2 right now. So the first one is the Manicadar Lip Locked, and this is in the shade Lucky. And it's just a nice kind of nudie, rosy shade. My mom sent this to me as a gift. So this is nice. I wouldn't have picked it myself, but I like it and I'll wear it, so that's nice. And the other one is my favorite lip gloss of all times. It is the NYX Butter Gloss, and this is in the shade Creme Brulee. I just love this. It's my perfect nude. I don't know, I just can't get enough of it, and it's really inexpensive, which makes it even better. Okay, and then to wrap up this collection video, I have my lipsticks here. So I will be going through each of them, and I will give you a swatch of each of them. So the first one I have is from Buxom. It is the Full On Lipstick, and this is in the shade Amsterdam. This is one of my favorite everyday shades. I am working on using it up because I have had it for a while, but it's a perfect everyday shade in my opinion. The next one is from Bite. It is the High Pigment Lip Crayon, and this is in the shade Rhubarb. It is one of my favorite lip shades. I have used up a half size like this before. I love these. It is a permanent shade, which is really nice. So as soon as I finish up this one, I probably will buy a full size of it. It's just a really nice kind of deeper, plummy, but still everyday kind of appropriate shade. Alright, the next one is from Tarte. It is the Lippy Lingerie in the shade Whisper. This is new to me. I really enjoy it though. I have a thing for kind of crayon-like everyday shades. It's really nice. It twists up. I like the formula. It is a matte, but it feels like a creamy matte, so it's not too drying on the lip. The next one I have is from Urban Decay, and this is in the shade Rush. This is the old packaging, although I do believe that this color is still available in their Vice lipstick. However, this is a Revolution lipstick. This one is really nice. I kind of forget about it, but it's a really nice mauve-y shade. It's a little bit lighter than you would think, but it's still, you know, looks nice on the lips. I like it in the fall time, like end of summer, early fall. Not too deep yet, but still a little bit different on the lips. The next one I have is from Bite, and this is actually one that I created myself. I named it Grace, and I did a whole video on this. I will link it down below for you. I made it in the Bite Lip Lab in New York City. I was there a couple years ago with my mom, and this is the shade. It's a really nice everyday pink for me. I'm not a huge pinky person, but this one I really, really like. So it's the swatch on the top there, and then there is a red box over here, and that is actually a duplicate of the same shade I made, so I have a backup of it. The next lipstick I have is from Ulta, and this is in the shade 203, which I believe is Chili Red. This is my favorite red shade, like, of life. It is so bright, but not like a cherry red. It's a nice formula. I just really, really enjoy that shade. Alright, the next lipstick I have is from Wet n Wild, and this is in the shade Spiked with Rum, which I have worn a little bit lately. It's just a nice shade. I don't know. I really am loving all the lipstick shades I have, so it's the bottom one on the second row there. It just looks so nice on the lips, kind of like a classic, kind of reddish, but not actual red look. I just really, really enjoy it. And then the last one I have is a small size of the Bare Minerals liquid lipstick, and this is in the shade Boss with dollar signs. It's a really, really nice formula. It's actually the only formula of liquid lipstick I have tried. I don't know why. I just am not too interested in the trend. However, I have heard that these are one of the best formulas out there because they do feel so creamy on the lips. I really enjoy the shade. It is the second one on the top on the second row. So those are all the lipsticks I own. I'm really happy that I have pared them down, and I'm really happy with the selection I have. Alright, that is it, you guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I had fun filming it and sharing with you guys the products I currently own. Obviously, I'm still working on downsizing my collection, but I feel like I've come a really long way. I will be having a tour of my desk soon with my everyday drawer and where I keep everything organized, so stay tuned for that. And like I said, everything I mentioned will be listed down below. I will list every product I own as long as I can find them on the internet for you. So if there's anything you wanted, there will be a link for you. So that is all I have, and I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys later.